Now, have you guys ever played with Play-Doh? Raise your hand if you ever played with Play-Doh. You can squish it and make whatever you want. That's kind of what this verse is talking about. Is God is our Father. You can put your hands down. If we let him, we can be like clay, and we can let him mold us in the best way. Do you think God's good at making shapes out of Play-Doh? Oh, yeah. He's really good. Really good. And so if we let him make us into the men and women, the young ladies, young men that he wants us to be, that's, guys and gals, what helps us to do what's right. So I was thinking, instead of clay, though, I was thinking, usually we're more like a hard egg. Don't you think? So let me put a glove on here. Whew. Hang on. I just need a glove for sanitary reasons. So I have an egg here, and I remember this time to try and draw myself on it. What do you think? What do you think? Not bad? No hair? No hair on top, except for a tiny little bit. Some hair in the back, and a nice beard to try and compensate. Now, if I say to God, and I say, God, I want to make the right choices, teach me how, and he says, Pastor Ryan, I'm going to mold you like a potter molds clay, like Play-Doh. I'm going to mold you. And if I say, you know what, I don't really like that, and he tries to start molding me and stuff like that, and he starts squishing me and molding me to make me into a better person, what do you think's going to happen? He's going to start molding me and go, all right, Ryan, here you go. Right. Oh. And then I'd end up like that. Okay, hang on. So, if God wants to make us into something better, do we need to be as hard as an egg? We need to be a little bit more softer. A softer egg, perhaps? Well, it just so happens that I have a couple of those. Right here. These are real eggs that I left soaking in vinegar for a week. Soaking in vinegar for a week. And if you notice here, I can squish it a little bit. These are real eggs. The shell of the egg, when it was soaked in vinegar, the shell of the egg kind of got eroded, kind of went away and left with the egg membrane. If we want God to mold us and make us into better people that make the right choices, we have to be like an egg that doesn't break. And I'm not talking about a hard-boiled egg here. I'm talking about this egg. This is a real egg, and check this out. You guys all see that? You see this egg? Here we go, look. This is the kind of person that God wants us to be. He wants us to be very, very flexible so that we don't break when he squishes us, and then he makes us into something better. And that's what the pump's for. Because I have a little hole in this egg. It's a real egg. There's a little hole. I blew out the yolk, and then I soaked it in vinegar for a week. And once I get it in, I'm going to blow up this egg. Explosion? No, just... Thank you, Coach Lisa. If I find the hole, that is. Woo! This egg is certainly, there it is, certainly very flexible. All right, we ready? There it is. The incredible folding egg. This is what God wants from us. It's what God wants from us. Oh! Don't worry. It cannot break. It cannot break. In fact, if you do this for a little while, it comes back. It comes back. In fact, the more you play with it, the more it comes back. See that?